Hello and welcome back to another final table commentary. If you ever get bored or some shit, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and KalipokerTV poker replays, so you can go check out the action in some silence. With that being said, we got another 5K Titans event from March 16th. We got Garen starting things off with a couple of fours. We got Wizzo, Hypno Mass, Poker Pro, Lena with the Queen 10-0 might get themselves into some trouble here. Got Proud Flop with a couple of aces, I Attack, European, and Elk. Hopefully, Lena's just looking away from their screen. They do find the fold with the Queen 10 as Proud Flop has that very strong ace. Poker Pro with an ace and a queen. They might be in a little bit of trouble here. Garen with fours once they see a 3-bet. Oh, it's so tiny though. 7.7 blinds. Do we just read into that and fold? What do we do, Garen? We do read into it and fold, and then Poker Pro says 5.5 blinds into a pot of like 19. They find the call on a Jack 9-6 flop. At least there's nothing doing here for Poker Pro, so once they see the flop here, they should just get the heck out of there. 19 blinds in the middle will slide Proud Flops away. Would be cool to see a super small bet, but the board might be a little bit too wet to do that. Like 10% is super cool. 6 blinds is the size by Proud Flop, and they take the 20 blinds down in the middle. Alrighty, so we got 72k for the victory. 5 players make the money. Yeah, and we'll get 17k, so we got 4 players to bust till we get there. Let's look around the table. We got I Attack on the super short stack, Elk on 23 blinds. Then we got Wizzo European, so holy shit. Got quite a ways to go to the money. And it doesn't necessarily look like we're going to get there easily, as we don't have like 4 players just lined up to bust out. We just got I Attack, really. And they're a strong player, and they could get back in the game. They got a queen and a 5. They're going to see a flop here. 9, 6, 3, top pair for Poker Pro. They'll bet 1 blind and take the pot down. Blinds go up. Ace for European in the big. King Jack for Wizzo might come in for the open, and they do find it. Hypno Mask gets out of there. I Attack off 3.5 blinds. The Queen 4 in the small blind. Probably going to let it go, but they do have half a blind committed. Ace again for European. Waits patiently. We'll size up a 3-bet here. We're playing about 28 blinds deep. The 3 bets to 7 blinds. European will take it down pre with a 3-bet. Elk in the big with an ace at a 6. Just hanging on out as Garen thinks about it with 4-7-0 under the gun. They'll let that go. Lena with 9-7 suited has a little bit of playability, and they'll be the biggest stack left in the hand. They find the fold. Proud Flop with 32 blinds from the cutoff will raise 10-8 suited. Ace 3 for European in the small could go for a 3-bet, but they let that bad boy go. Elk in the big with an ace and a 6 plays call. We get a 10-2 queen flop. Elk checks it on over. Looks like we're frozen in time here. It's not my computer. We're still recording, but we're certainly frozen in time. As Proud Flop goes in the tank here. 5.5 blinds in the middle. Do I fix it somehow? Looks like we just got a few seconds to wait. It's probably going to catch up at some point, and then like we'll miss a bit of the action. So like Proud Flop might check back the flop. Go for a little bet on the turn. If it's a card under the 10 that's a non-club, the ace high will hit the muck. So we're probably not going to see any action the remainder of this hand. I wonder if I should just skip forward. I should. I don't want to, though. I just want to wait for it to catch up. Like, how long do we got to do this for? Is it my computer? Looks like another 40 seconds of this. We'll just skip that. Oh, yeah, but then the glitches come in. Are we... Whoa, we got a crazy hand here. I Attack with 2.5 blinds. They're all in. Ace Queen for Elk. European with the ace 7 hits the muck. We're looking for a Jack or 10 or some spades dealer. We find the jack on the river. I attack. Wins the 11.5 blinds in the middle. Whoa. Looks like we missed a little bit of action as Wizzo's down to 24 blinds. Elk at 15. I attack at 11. Queen jack suited for elk from the cutoff might rip it all in for 15 blinds. And they do. Garen with 10-7 suited will let that go. Wizzo with king queen in the small. Personally, I would fold, but we'll see if they can sniff this one out. Nah, the ace high and the king high hit the muck. Nice little stealer by elk. Ace 5 suited for I attack might come in for the open jam. Oh fuck, 7-7 for European and ace king for Wizzo. This is a big pot here. Obviously, 11 blinds in the middle. From I attack, we got 14 in total. European will play call. Pretty sure Wizzo still gets this in here. We're still so far off the money. We got to get the 24 blinds all in. European will have to call off another 12 into a pot of like 60. And we see they got 51% here. The equity favorite. European does click the call button. We're clean on the flop. Interesting card on the turn as a straight draw for Wizzo. Doesn't get there. The ace high misses. Sevens hold up, and European wins a huge pot, knocking out 2 strong players. We're down to 7. King 10 for Garen will come in for the open. Hypno in this from the button, sorry. Ace King O. Gonna come in for a 3-bet to 7.2 blinds. Likely just gets through pre. His King 10 O isn't all that great of a holding. Garen might think about a 4-bet, I suppose. Probably better than calling here. And Garen does think about it for a second and lets it go. Ace 10 for Poker Pro. Hypno with a 9-10. Hypno goes in the tank with the from the cutoff. And they find the fold. Poker Pro will open up ace 10 of hearts. Jack 3 suited for proud flop, and the big, I suppose, could go to a flop. Proud flop does call. We get an ace king 3 flop. It's a lot of the same word repeated in the same sentence there. Proud flop checks it on over with the bottom pair, backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. The pair of aces will bet quite large, 3.7 blinds into 5.4. Proud flop tinks and calls ace on the turn. Board is completely locked up for Poker Pro. They'll bet again. I was going to say about 8 blinds. They bet 6.3, and that should get the job done. Sizes up the river jam. And as well, get some value. Potentially from this pair of threes as proud flop goes in the tank. Aren't we just folding here? No, we're not. We're going to the river. 5 of hearts. 25 blinds in the middle. The diamond draw bricks. The straight draws, except for 4-2 brick. Poker Pro isn't going to have 4-2. Whoa, what happens here? Is proud flop just in trouble? There's the all-in play and a snap fold by proud flop. Ace and a queen for Elena. 57 blinds. Likely will just raise and take it down. Does European defend 9-2? Does Poker Pro open a6? There's questions to be answered, and Poker Pro does open. Elena quickly calls. Proud flop with the 9 and the 3 of the same suit. We'll let that go from the small. European again with that 9, 2 of clubs in the big blind. Getting a great price, 1 blind into about 7.5. We do find a call, 7-7-2 flop. Pair of 2s is best for the time being, but there's some overcards here. And there's one of them, the queen of diamonds. Lena makes top pair, top kicker. European checks on the turn. Poker Pro checks on the turn. Lena bets small. No, Lena doesn't even bet. 8 on the river. We'll check around to Lena unless European bets small. Like 1.7 blinds. Block bet. No, nothing happens. It checks around to Lena. Oh boy. Lena bets 4.7 blinds. I don't know why whenever I see tank I just start to think check raise. It's not gonna happen. No, it's not. But it would be super cool as European does go in the tank and they find the fold with the pair of twos. And Poker Pro gets out of there as well. Ooh, would you look at that? Ace-9 and Ace-9 for Lena and Poker Pro. Sitting side by side, it's kind of cute. Poker Pro will come in for the open. We got a couple of ducks for Elk in the big. European with Ace-5 suited in the small. And Lena might be pissed off. We could see some 3-betting here. Lena gets out of there with the Ace-9. But the European from the small blind here covers Poker Pro. Oh, I think good work. Elk would get out of the way swiftly with the ducks. European makes it 8 blinds to go, and Ace-9 hits the muck. Nicely done by European. Lena was 6-5 suited off the 63 blind stack. Will come in for the min open. Queen Jack for European on the button. Proud flop with 10-4. We'll let that go. 9-7 for Garen in the big. Doesn't even think about a call. Has the snap fold on as Queen Jack does complete. Or sorry, makes a call from the button. Lena with a little pair of 6s. European with a straight draw to the ace or 9. The Queen and Jack are alive. Lena bets 1.5 blinds. Would it be 1.5 blind? No, that doesn't make sense. Because you know, 1 blind, you wouldn't add the S. English is so difficult even for somebody who only speaks English. 1.5 blinds? Like it's more than 1, but it's not 2? So is it plural or is it not? I don't know. Anyways. This one checks on the 4 diamonds turns. We got 4 diamonds out there. Lena with the pair of 6s. Bet 3 blinds on the river, and I'm not too sure what this is. Sort of like a blockish bet. Just prevent our opponent from bluffing us off the hand on the river, I suppose. Where we hope to have the best of it. We are getting bluffed anyhow, and Lena gets the heck out of there with the pair of 6s. So European reads right into the little block bet. Lena's little play there did not work out. European with the Queen Jack, no diamond, goes for the big bluff ski, takes the pot down, 79 blinds for him. 9-2 for Garen in the small. We'll probably just let this go. We do cover Hypno, but 9-2-0 is pretty shitty. 8-4 suited for European, and we got a couple of kings for Elk. European lets it go. Elk will come in for the open off the 15 blind stack. I think we still min raise as it looks like we're frozen once again. Looks like we're in a little trouble for this show here today. Yeah, looks like those kings are frozen for a while. Do 3s double them up? Probably not, eh? Well, what happened? 15 to 19? No, he just raised and took it down. So there was no action for the kings. Boppity boo. Ace-9 for Poker Pro will come in for the open proud flop with a couple 4s in the big. 4-4 could rip it in if it wants to play for chips, and proud flop does elect to do that, stick in 22 blinds. Probably going to get Ace-9 off the pot here, as there's no real reason for Poker Pro to take a flip. And that's a best case scenario. I suppose there could be some like Ace-5 suited. Ace-4 suited maybe. But man, there's not much of it. Where there's still ace king, ace queen, maybe ace jack suited. Then there's some pocket pairs like tens and jacks. I wonder if jacks rip it in. Anyways, we get an ace-9 call. We got a big flip here with Poker Pro looking for an ace or a 9. Doesn't find it. 44 blind, so a slide proud flops away. Very interesting little happening. There's Poker Pro's now down to second last place with 33 blinds. Still got plenty of wiggle room. We got elk on their tail, and we're still 2 people off the money. Hypno with the ace and the king will raise and take it down pre. Garen with a queen and a jack under the gun. Finding the fold. Ace and an 8 for Lena. A raise and a call and a call. No European. I don't think calls the small here with a6. Oh, we could 3-bet though. No, we just find the fold. King 9 for elk and the big is suited and booted. Ready to take a flop here. 6-5-2. 1 diamond for elk. Lena with 2 overs, backdoor straight draws. Bets 1.75 blinds into 5.4. Elk goes in the tank and check raises to 5 blinds and Lena gets bullied there. Elk takes it down. 25 blinds for him. I mean a little bit less, closer to 24, but what does it matter? Poker Pro with the bullshit holding king 2. I don't know why I thought he was going to open it on up. Ace 8 for European will raise the button. 5-4-0 for Garen in the big. Could see a flop. Playing about 50 blinds deep. King 10 flop goes check. Bet fold. If European elects to, I suppose. They do bet 1 blind. Garen with 5 high, no draw, lets her go. Blinds go up. 9-8 suited for Poker Pro under the gun. Again, I don't really know why I think you're going to open it. You might just let this one go. 26 blinds under the gun. Does fold around a European once again with the king and the queen. They'll open it up. Ace 2 for elk is suited. Might just fold. 19 blinds. We could go for a 3-bet and we do rip it all in. We should get this through pre. European doesn't quite have a call offhand here. The king queen is super playable. Put a 16-17 blind call into a pot. That would be about 40 and European lets her go. Ace for Poker Pro in the big. Might see a little bit of action from Garen raising the ace 7. If Hypno goes crazy with king 9-0 from the small, we could get a 3-bet. They say nada. Not going to do that here today. Ace for Poker Pro in the big blind. They'll 3-bet to about 7 blinds and take it down. 6.5 is the size. And I suppose Garen could always 4-bet here, which would be cool to see, but it's probably not going to happen with the e7. Garen, a very competent player. Ace queen. Suited and booted from the cutoff will come in for the open once again and take it down pre. Lena with 7-3 in the big. 3-3 for Hypno. 40 blinds. Biggest stack left in the holding. They'll come on in for the open. Queen 7 for proud flop in the big blind. Could play call, I suppose. Proud flop likes to see flops. They're going to just pass in the spot, however. So it is super interesting as we look around the table. We've got, what, 5 players all between the 42 and 29 blind mark. And there's elk at like 23 blinds. And then European, the sole big chip stack, 64 blinds, 8-4 in the big blind. Sees a limp from proud flops, queen 3 suited. But, yeah, just about anybody could bust. Between... Wait, what about European? Aren't they still kind of vulnerable? Say somehow European goes for a big bluff against Hypnos or something like this. Where they're trying to put the ICM pressure on him, as they say. Maybe he punts off like 20 blinds, 17 blinds, somewhere in between there. Maybe he goes for Spot to knock out Elk, loses 23 blinds there. Like, European, like, has this situation not locked up. This situation is out of control. Let's see if I can come up with some more words. This situation is absurd. That was a dumb one. This situation is difficult. No, that was also dumb. Ace 10 for Lena. They'll raise it on up. Jack 10 for Elk. Will call and see a 10-8-3 flop. Uh-oh. This is absurd right here. Look at both players with top pair. I hope Elk doesn't check raise, but we see a little bit of a bigger bet. 2 blinds into 5.4. Not your standard 1/3 pot size. Elk does call. 4 on the turn. Elk's in trouble still. Stack to pot ratio right around 2-1. Lena will bet about half pot. A little bit more. Size up the river jam. And I suppose there's still some cards Elk can get saved by, but we might check raise jam the turn. 3 of clubs on the river. So it's likely Lena still value jams. And then the question is, does Elk call it off with the Jack 10 here? When the flush completes, the board pairs. Weird spot. Like, it'll be a sizable pot sliding Lena's way irregardless. 48 blinds, potentially 13 more on top of it. But Elk is going to go in the time bank here, and very reasonably so. They've got 140 seconds to think this one through. I think Elk can just find a better spot. Very difficult fold, but Elk is going to be capable of making it. Although, to be fair, if they do find the call, there'll be no surprises as well. They got that 10 of clubs, which is an interesting card. They block the top pairs with the flush draw. You don't expect a 3 to go bombs away on the turn. Nice fold by Elk. Getting the heck out of there. Lena moves along with 48 blinds. Elk with about 13. Wowza. So Lena moves into second place. But again, if like European tries to put some pressure on Lena, European would be in second last if they fully double up Lena. All these hypotheticals going off in my head. It's like, I just gotta move on. It's like anybody's game. Let's get going. Ace 6 for European. Boppity boo from the cutoff. Will raise it on up. Elk with Ace 9 from the button. King Queen for Garen in the small. Like, what if Elk rips? Then does European call for 10 blinds? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we just fold and move along. So no double up for Elk. 16 blinds. Ace 8 for Proud Flop. They'll come on in for the open. Nah. Proud Flop says, we got 2 people to the money, Brendan. Poker Pro with 28 blinds. Elk with 16. European with 30. Or sorry, Proud Flop with 32. Says I'm going to fold the ace and an 8 and look for a better spot. Lena with a couple of kings in the big. Hypno with an ace. Oh no, we're going to see the Queen 6 open from early position. Suited and booted for European. We'll see a 3-bet from Lena's kings from the big blind. And we might size up here. Nah, 8 blinds isn't too big. For whatever reason, I thought it was a spot where you go 10 or bigger. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 40, 50 blinds deep. Anyways, the 3-bet's going to get through as European had a wide open. An 8-8 for Garen will come on in for a raise. What else is going on here? Proud Flop with a couple of ducks in the big blind. They're in a very weird spot where they're going to look to preserve chips, so they might just find the fold. Lena with Ace 2 suited could 3-bet from the small. They do make it 7 blinds to go, and Garen might just rip. Take it down pretty swiftly. So Garen moves along with 45 blinds. Lena with 43. Ace 9 for Elk. Good to see them still getting after it in last place position. Will raise under the gun. King 10 for European in the big blind. Could play call. 8-7-5 flop goes check. I don't know. Elk with a straight draw, 2 overs. A board better for the big blind. European's thinking about a lead and he finds it 1.7 blinds. Putting a lot of pressure on this ace high simply on the flop with a small bet, as Elk will only have about 12 blinds behind. They still find the call with the straight draw, 2 overs, 8 on the turn pairs the board, 9 blinds in the middle. A European thinking this one through says, I gotta put some pressure on you, don't I? Poke for another bet ski. I don't think it has to be big. European says, no it doesn't, only 3 blinds. Remember, there's only 12 behind. Elk is not going to have an easy time finding the call on the turn. Of course, we want to see it. They do. Click the call button for a diamonds on the river. Puts a one-liner to a 6. Yeah, so if Elk somehow hangs in there, this will be a nice pot slide in their way, but something tells me European fires another barrel and takes the pot down. There's the all-in play by European with the king high, and Elk, unfortunately, just has ace high. Sneaky little play here by European to lead on the 8-7-5 flop. Good run out for the board, or for the big blind. European says, I'll just go 3 streets. Elk goes in the tank and says, I don't believe you at all, dude. I don't really believe him either, and I can see the king 10. Do find the call, Elk. Find it. Do we ever fold and move along with 9.4 blinds? Or just likely to be out of the game? Whereas this might be our one opportunity to get back in the game. So if we call and we're right, then obviously we'll have a nice stack. It'd be about 30 blinds, 35 or so. A little bit under. Elk ends up letting her go, but just knew he was getting bullied there. Nice little think over by Elk with the ace high. Not an easy situation for him, and European was just being a big stack bully as Poker Pro has a couple of aces. Proud flop with 30 blinds and an ace and a jack. Hopefully doesn't 3-bet. They just find the fold. What a little happening this is as European is 9-8 suited. European plays call from the small. We get a queen jack 5 flop. Poker Pro bets 1.8 blinds. European might check raise the little straight draw here. You don't mind folding to the 3-bet on the flop, so you're not afraid to raise it up. European does say 5.2 blinds to go. Poker Pro, of course, with aces is going nowhere here. And again, might stick in that 3-bet, but they elect to call queen on the turn. No heart. I don't know if European continues to fire. They might just give up the bluff. They might just bet 4.5 blinds and continue to tell the story. I wonder if we want to go even smaller, like 2.3 blinds or some shit. Just size up a river jam. European will check it on over, leaving this weird stack to pot ratio. I mean, it's effectively 1-to-1, but like if European bets here, they're not betting small, they'll just rip it all in. They got 9 high. Poker Pro with those aces. I don't know if we're gonna think about the money. Like, it's $17,000, which is a lot, but it's only 3 buy-ins. So if we face the all-in on the river, I don't think we can look for a better spot. We would just click the call button with the ace and see the good news, but European checks it over with the 9 high. All-in is the size by Poker Pro on the river, and they take it down. Excuse me. Ace deuce for proud flop. They'll come on in for the open. Again with 10-5 in the big blind. Excuse me. The 10-5 does call. We get a 6-5-4 flop. One spade for proud flop. Middle pair for Garen. Flop goes check, check. Top pair on the turn here for proud flop. Ooh, but a nasty little 10 on the river. Two pairs for Garen. Oh, and it goes check, check. That's kind of funny. Pair of aces, check it on down. Two pairs get no value. And Elk has aces with 7.5 blinds. As European will raise up the queen 4. Elk will likely stick it. Oh, what am I talking about? He's got aces. He's all in. 7.5 blinds, all in dealer. And European says, I don't want to give you 5 more, to be honest. I don't really want to give you 5 more. European lets it go. Ace 2 for Elk from the cutoff off the 12 blind stack. Gonna find the fold. Jack 4 for Hypnos. Limps it on in. Poker Pro with a 5 and a 4. That 5-4 is really gonna think about it for a second and check it on back. We get a Jack 8-4 flop. 2 pairs for Hypnos. They go for the check raise option. Poker Pro with that bottom pair of 4s. Hopefully checks it on back, but could put in a small bet here on the flop to protect. Oh, they check it back in a 5 of diamonds. Bad news. 2 pairs for both players. Hypnos checks the turn. Poker Pro overbets 5.7 blinds. Poker Pro is in trouble here. Hard to put your opponent on Jack 4. Oh, it is a limp pot. 7 on the river. That'll save Poker Pro. This might go check, check. Goes check, check, and Jack 4 just takes the 14 blinds down in the middle. Poker Pro could have been Gonzo Alonso if there was a check raise on the turn. But to be fair, using the overbet sizing might have didn't worry Hypno. But Hypno elected just to check call instead of going for a big check raise on the turn. Had Poker Pro just bet pot or something like this, Hypno might have went for the check raise and we would have gotten it all in. So the overbet is what I'm trying to say is the overbet might have looked ridiculous, but it certainly saved Poker Pro's life in this instance. We get a King Jack opened by proud flop under the gun, and then Hypno goes for this small ass 3 bet to 5 blinds with ace 10-0. Nice little play by Hypno. Even though they had the best holding, it's a sneaky little bluff there. Queen Jack for European will come on in for the open. Hypno with an ace and a 5 of the same suit will play call. Ace 5 for Lena in the small, will let that one go. King 10 for proud flop in the big. Has about 19 blinds in total. We'll just find the fold. We get a 10-7-4 flop. European with 3 in a row. Hypno with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and an overcard. We'll get a free turn if they want it. .4 blinds in the middle. Hypno thinks and tinks. And bets about 3. Interesting little sizing there. We'll get European off the pot, and Hypno pretty well ties him up for first place. European with an 8 and an 8 in the big blind. Proud flop from the small will limp in King 5. European will raise it up. 3 blinds is the size. Excuse me. King 5 hits the muck. Queen Jack for Poker Pro off the 20 blind stack. Might just let this go. Lena with the king and the queen will open it on up off the 30 blind stack. European with ace 2 suited in the small blind. Thinking about a 3 bet here to about 7 bigs. Maybe a little bit smaller. Whoa, all in is the size. European will take it down pre. I was thinking small 3 bet. European says no way, Jose. We'll rip it all in and take it down. King Jack for Hypno. Queen 8 for European. Suited and booted from the button. We'll just fold. Garen, let's go a 4-3 in the big. Deuces for Lena. They just fold. Excuse me. King 6 for European. They'll come on in for the open. Hypno in the big with 7-2. We'll let that go. Queen 10 for Lena under the gun. Probably gonna fold. Would be cool to see an open. Nada. So we're starting to see a little bit of the chips being distributed to the players who are potentially going to make the money. What I'm trying to say is, look at Elk has 7 or 6.5 blinds. Proud Flop with 16. Poker Pro with 18.5. We'll likely lose 2 of those players, but obviously Lena or Garen could be on their way out. European and Hypno with the 40 and 50 blind stacks respectively should play. Maybe conservative is the word, as Hypno takes a little spot here as Elk rips in A6-0. Hypno with Ace-10 will make the call. No 6 yet. Some backdoor straight draws though for Elk. We'll check on over with the 1 blind. I see a 5 on the turn. So Elk looking for a 4, a 6, or an 8. Don't think we got chop outs. We get the Jack of Clubs, and just like that we lose Elk. Hypno still not in first place. 52 blinds. 1 blind behind European. So again, now that we lost Elk, 1 player off the money. King Queen for Poker Pro will rip it in and take it down pre. 22 blinds for him. Proud Flop with 14. Lena with 26. And then Garen with 32. Yeah, like... Okay, here's a world that could happen. What if Proud Flop doubles up through Garen? Whoa. And then just like that, we would have Proud Flop in 3rd place, Garen in last. So yeah, just about anybody's gonna have the opportunity to bust. Any one of these players could make the money. It's very likely European and Hypno make the money. With that being said, though, it's not locked up, so we don't know who's going to win the 72K up top, which is nice to note. Because usually there's 1 or 2 stacks that you're like, okay, they're probably making the top 2. And then the other players will battle it on out for 3rd place. But in this instance, we should have a nice game. Final 6 here. The hell is going on? European with a Jack and a 9. King 7 for Poker Pro in the big blind. Do we just fold here? We wait for Proud Flop to bust. We look for Lena to bust. Poker Pro does just let her go. 10-9. European will open it on up. Garen with an ace and a 10. They're going to come in for a 3-bet to 5.5 blinds, and European could call with the big stack, but might just look for a better spot. A 4-bet would also be cool. Not likely. European just lets her go, of course. King 9 for Proud Flop in the big lane, with Jack 8 suited in the small. Hypno with 9-3 suited. We'll let her go. Jack 2. Poker Pro will fold the button. There's a world where Lena rips and Proud Flop calls. Proud Flop with about 61%. If they win this spot here, if they play for chips and call and win, Lena will be our short stack. Huge play by Lena, big pot, and Proud Flop does call with the 61%. We're going to see a Jack. Oh, the 9 on the turn gets rid of some outs for Lena, but brings in a few more to the 7 or Queen. And they don't find any come the river, so Lena's down to 11 blinds. I think they started this one off in either 2nd or 3rd place or something like that with the big stack. Here they are now looking to bust. 7-7 for Proud Flop. Sees a Hypno open with Queen 8 suited. Proud Flop calls the small. 4-3 suited for European. The big could also complete. They do call the big blind and flop quite well. The Jack 5-2 flop. I wonder if I should try to say flop as many times as I can in a sentence without it sounding like forced, you know? So Proud flop with the pair of sevens on the Jack 5-2 flop. Checks it on over. Oh, see, I can only get 2 in there. Flop checks around. Sevens are still best on the turn. Ah, shit, that's only 2 again. We got a turn bet ski from European with the straight draw, and the sevens hit the muck there. Nicely done by European to take the pot down with a big bet in the straight draw. Ace 4 for Hypno. I'll raise under the gun and take it down pre. Proud flop with King 7. Not likely gonna see this one. King 4 for European. Will raise and take it down pre. There's a 4 and a 10 waiting in the big blind. Ace 10 for a poker pro. Queen 10 suited for Lena might rip it in, and they do for 10 blinds. Almost 11 poker pro. I don't know if we call here. If we call and we're wrong, we'll be down to about 10 blinds, and Lena does get it through, as poker pro doesn't want to be in last place there, of course. They do get a couple of sevens from the small, and Garen has ace 10. I don't think Garen calls the 3-bet all in, so if poker pro finds it, they'll probably take it down pre. Ace 10 does open it up to 2 blinds, and poker pro thinking long. Does some math. Says, I want to make the money. Finds the call. Jack 9, 4 flop. Flop goes check, check. King on the turn, bringing in a straight draw for Garen to the queen. Poker pro 7 still best, but they don't feel comfy at all. Ace 10 will just check back the turn. 3 on the river. I think if Garen bets, they just take the pot down. River goes check, check, and 7s will take it. Got a little break to skip fast forward through. 10-2 for poker pro. Queen 10 for Lena in the small might be another spot where they just rip it in and take it down pre. I don't know if poker pro wants to open up the 10-2 here. 2-3 for Hypno obviously hits the muck, and Garen with Queen 4 is thinking about it. Yeah, Queen 10 rips and takes it down pre. Ace 8 for Hypno. Raising into European's big blind is not appealing, but they still find it. They elect to go for the 2.2 blind size. Jack 8 still calls, and we get a 10-8 4 flop. Interesting little spot here as both players touch that middle pair. Flop goes check, check, 2 on the turn. Lots of draws out there. 9-7, Jack 9, both open-ended. There's the flush draw. 3-5 somehow would be open-ended. Ace 5, Ace 3 with straight draws. Ace 3 gets there. 6-3, European could have 6-3 suited somehow. Five blinds in the middle. European might just go for a little value bet. They bet 4.25. It's a bigger sizing and a quick call by Hypno with the better 8, and they take it down. Ace 3 for Lena from the cutoff with 12, 13 blinds. Might rip it in and take it down pre. That they do. Ace 6 for Lena, just gonna fold. 9-4 for European on the button, will raise. Jack 6 for Hypno in the big does defend. Holy shit. Jack 10-7 flop. Flush draw and straight draw for European with the 9 high. Hypno with top pair. Got some shit going on here. European bets about half. Hypno calls. 9 on the turn. That'll slow European down. You're looking for a what? queen or an 8 chop the pot now, which is interesting. So the straight draw sucks. Flush draw is still alive. A 9 or a 4 for 2 pairs. Instead, we get the 5 of diamonds. 10.5 blinds will slide Hypno's way. River goes check, check. And the jack takes the pot. So Hypno is finally in first place. Ace deuce for Lena. 15 blinds. Not really wanting to rip them in. We'll just pass on the spot. Not much to it here, but Hypno has a king in the small. They'll likely raise and take it down pretty. All in is the size. 23 blinds, 24 blinds effective, and they take it down, of course. King 10 for European off the 50 blind stack. Will come on in for the min open. Jack 9 suited for Hypno. Could 3-bet. They play call. Poker Pro with King 10 as well. And the small blind will let that go probably. And Lena with 7 deuce. Obviously lets it go. Queen, queen, 6 flop. Flop goes bet. Call? What do we do? European checks. So Hypnos doesn't have to worry about the flop bet. They check it on back, looking to pick up some equity. We see the 4 of clubs. No help for the Jack 9 of hearts. Something tells me European bets, but they're just showing down the pair or the king high right now. There's the bet half pot, and they take it down. It just seems like a spot where European will bet and take the pot often. Ace 10 suited. European will be right back in there. Proud flop with queen 8 suited in the bag. So we're looking for some spades. A little Jack 10 9 action. Proud flop with 22 blinds. We'll call. We get a 7-3-2 flop. No spades at all. Not one spade dealer. Proud flop is looking for a lot more than just queen high, 2 overcards. European bets a blind, and we'll take the pot down. What's going on here? Queen 4 for Lena on the button. Queen 4 for Hypno. They'll let that go. King 4 for Poker Pro will let that go. Ace 7 for Proud flop, and the small blind will limp it in. European will raise to 3 bigs with the Jack 2 suited. Proud flop will call. No, we get a limp check. Queen 8-10 flop. 3 spades out there. Proud flop with a spade and they're holding. European with a straight draw to the 9. European bets a blind. Proud flop. Call. Nice. 5 on the turn. So the ace high still best. Wet ass board. 5 on the turn seems like a brick. No, it is a brick. No straight draw gets there. No more spades. It's a brick. European, however, says Jack high's no good. Let's go for another bet ski. We'll make it about 3, 4. What do we do? 3 1/4. I was thinking, I think we want to size up a jam, but I don't know if we're going to be able to with this stack to pot ratio. So we're not going to go for an overbet in this situation. We're just going to go for a value looking-ish bet. And Proud flop goes in the tank, and let's go at the ace high. Nice little steal there by European as blinds go up. 9-9 for Lena. Sees a king 10 open by Hypno. Lena will rip and likely take it down pre. A very interesting spot is Garen still with 21 blinds in 3rd place position. Has not got this thing locked up. Can't guarantee the money. King for Proud flop. I'll come on in for the open off the 15 blind stack to 2 bigs. And they'll likely take it down pre, as Hypno has 4-7 suited in the big. Oh, we do call and flop a fucking straight. Are you serious, PokerStars? Whoa. Well, hello, straight. Hypno leads 1.3 blinds. Proud flop knows he's in trouble. But he's got kings, yo. Can't let those go. Last place position. All in by the kings with 3%. And they're dead on the ace turn. 30 blinds will slide Hypno's way, and we do make the money. Bad happening there for proud flop. Ace jack suited, Lena will raise under the gun. Poker Pro with a 4 and a 2 will play call from the big, and we get a jack 8 flop, a 1 to heart for Poker Pro. Lena will likely bet 1 blind and take the pot down. They bet 1.2. Effectively works the same. Ace 3 for Hypno, and about 17 blinds deep will rip it all in from the button. Ace king suited for Lena in the big will call with about 70%. Just sweating a 3 and some backdoor straight draws. We get a couple 9s. Lena's ace king holds up, and they're moving along with 36 blinds. Ace 4 for Poker Pro on the button. King 10 for Hypno from the cutoff. 3-3 for European in the big blind. We'll get an open from Hypno. A call from European. We'll see 3 cards. King 10-2. All Hypno here. They'll bet like a blind and take the pot down. Do we ever make it 1.5? 1.3. 1.3 is the size. European thinking about a little float here with the 3s coming along to the 5 turn. I guess it's not a float, but he's kind of floating along in this hand, you know? Anyways. It's like 8 blinds in the middle. Hypno bets about 5. Surely that gets the 3s out of there. King 2 will hit the muck under the gun. Lena with the queen 5 suited will raise the button with a newfound stack. 33 blinds, 3rd place position. European in 2nd with queen 5 suited. That's the same holding. Did they really have the same holding? Anyways, European folded. Lena's raise will get through pre. Poker Pro with ace 10, ace 9 for Lena. We'll get an open and a call. Then we're going 2 ace to a flop. I don't think Hypno calls the big blind with 6-4-0. Lena could just fold. Lena does let it go. King 10 for Garen in the small will fold. And Hypno with that 6 in the 4 will also let her go. Really not much doing here. Queen 7 for Hypno in the small blind will likely raise somehow. Last time they jammed a holding, I didn't expect it from them. They limp in the queen 7. 10-3 will check it back, and we get a jack 10-8 flop. So we're playing a little post flop. Hypno bets 1 blind with the straight draw, sorry. Looking for a 9 or a queen. Poker Pro calls with a pair of 10s and picks up a flush draw on the 7 turn. I missed proud flop. I liked how much I was saying flop. Now I'm just saying turn a bunch. Poker Pro checks back the turn. How boring. 6 on the river. Goes check. And the pair of 10s is good for the 5 blinds in the middle. Ace 4 for European. And they're just going to fold. King 5 for Garen hits the muck as well. Queen 8 for Hypno will raise and take it down pre. Ace Queen for European in the big blind. Queen Jack for Hypno will raise the cutoff. Lena with King 4 in the small could always go for a 3-bet. Says no. We save that for King 6 suited and King 6 suited only. Queen Jack again went for the open. We get a call from the big blind with the Ace Queen for European. 10-8-2 flop goes check. Bet. Call. We're off to the turn. Five of Hearts, very interesting card as both players pick up a flush draw. European with the better flush draw out of position. Won't be easy to play if Hypno goes for a big bet. Like make it 9 blinds or something silly. Maybe even a little bit bigger. Size up a river jam. Nah, he makes it half pot. European will just click the call button in the end here. Like, I suppose we could turn our hand into a big bluff and raise. I didn't think it was going to happen. European goes in the tank and clicks call. Once I go in the tank there, I thought the raise was coming in. Instead, we get the call 6 on the river. Kind of want to see Hypno fire another barrel just to see if European finds a call. Holy fuck, did I stumble over this hand. So Hypno does fire a barrel. About 9 blinds, half pot, sizing up a... What's a card after the river? What would the 6th card be? If I were to name the 6th card in poker, a part of the community board, flop, turn, river, the ace high hits the muck. So flop, turn, river, what would the 6th card be called? Fuck. King 6 suited comes in for a 3-bet. Lena says I'm saving it for King 6 suited. Oh, King 6 suited will take it down pre. Flop, turn, river. Looking for a keyword. Ace 9 for Garen will rip it in and take it down pre. Flop, turn, river. Keyword. Ace 8 for Hypno will rip it in and take it down pre. I don't know many keywords. Flop, turn, river. Keyword. I'll sleep on it. Queen 5 for Poker Pro will limp it in. Queen 5 will check it back. Ace 6 5 flop. Both players with that little pair of 5s. Poker Pro will check it on over. Lena will check it back. 9 on the turn. I think this one's going to be pretty boring. Likely to just check it down. Hard for either player to go for some value. Try to get called by a worse 5 somehow. Little straight draw potentially on the turn. That all bricks as we get the ace of hearts on the river. No diamond. So diamonds brick, any 8 or 7 miss. Nobody bet. Poker Pro does bet on the river, super small, 1.3 blinds. Lena quickly calls with the same holding, which is interesting. Queen 4 for Hypno will raise the cutoff. King Queen for European in the big blind will call. We get a Jack 5-2 flop. Hypno with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, an overcard. European with 3 in a row. 2 overs, backdoor strike draw, sees a 2.6 blind bet. The half pot size bet works for Hypno and they get the job done. King Queen for Lena this time. They'll raise the button. 2-2 for European in the small. What would be the point of a 6th community card? I just don't think it makes sense. Let's just not have 6 community cards. Let's just have 5. I like that idea best. What if we had like 7 community cards and you can't play the board? What would that matter? Why am I trying to create a game right now? I don't know. Anyways, both players got a flush here. Garen with the 10 high flush will lead on out super small. Lena with the king high flush or the nuts will raise it on up. And get called, and Lena sees the good news. Garen is down to 10 blinds. And they got this king 4, they'll rip it on in. Ace Queen will quickly call for Hypno. And king 4 flops top pair. We got straight draw and the ace high. Hypno doesn't find the ace nor the 10. Finds a queen, and Garen gets a full double. Ace queen for Lena will raise under the gun and take it down pre. Whoa, Lena's in first place somehow. I was too busy trying to create a whole nother game. Ace king for Poker Pro. 15.5 blinds will limp it in. Give Lena the chance to raise it up to 3 blinds. They say, no, we'll just go to the flop. Ace 10-2, flush draw for Lena, straight draw. Poker Pro is, of course, with the top is the pairs. Top kicker checks it on over. Lena bets a blind. So instead of 2 cards, what if we have 1 card? Well, that'd be a stupid game. 7 community cards. It's almost always a chop pot. No, you can't play the board. You have to use your card. 7 community cards. What if we have 7 betting rounds? What a stupid game this is. Okay, there's 7 cards they're all community cards. They just come out one at a time. You're holding on to your single card. Lots of bets go in. Not a lot of cards tossed around. Very little information. you don't know much. Okay, let's change up the game. Lena makes a flush, by the way. Takes the pot down. Okay, 7 community cards. You're gonna get 3 cards. How about that? 1 betting round. Well, a flop is 7 cards. You just throw them all down. One betting round. But the thing is, if you bet once, there has to be a check raise in there. So if you lead bet, you have to face the raise. So there has to be a 2 bet. And if you check and your opponent bets, they have to raise you irregardless of if you want to. There's no folding there. You have to put in a bet, and then you have to put in the second bet. You're just forced to put in these bets with 1 card. No, wait. Is this the 3-card game? This is the 3-card game. And then there's 1 flop and it's 7 cards. And you're forced to put in check raises. Otherwise, we just check and show it down. With our 3 cards. Okay, no, let's come up with a real game. Everybody gets dealt... No, jacks for Lena. Everybody gets dealt... No, there's already a 4-card game. There's already a 2-card game. We only got 52 cards to work with, and we gotta burn a few. Hard to come up with a new poker game. I kind of like the 1-card game, because there's just so little information. As Jack 8 for Poker Pro will raise and take it down pre. And I kind of like the flop rule of just 1 flop, 7 cards. So let's go back to that idea. Let's intertwine those 2 games. You get 1 card, 1 flop, 7 cards. You can't play the board. You have to play your 1 card. So there's no chop pots. Everybody hates a chop pot. As Ace Jack for Poker Pro will rip it in. European with Ace 4 will think it on out. And I kind of like the forced check raise rule. So if you check and your opponent bets, you're forced to check raise. There is no folding, as we have a flip here for Garen's life. They're looking for some diamonds. A 10 will do. They don't find any of that. Lena's set will hold on up. GG by Garen. Lena with this big ass stack. Yo, 75 blinds. So let's get back to the 1-card game. The great game. King Jack suited for European will rip it in for about 30 blinds and take it down pre. I was just thinking, what do we call it? Aces for European will raise. King Queen for Hypno. What a stupid game, by the way. 1 card, 1 flop. Flop is 7 cards. Forced check raise rule. Can you imagine folding to a forced check raise? Can you imagine if there was a game with a stupid enough rule where you have to check raise if you check your opponent bets, and then your opponent bets, you check raise, and somehow your opponent folds to the forced check raise. I'm just thinking, what about what weird dynamics can happen because of a forced check raise rule? You could get like induce the check raise because you force your opponent to check raise just a 3-bet bluff the river. I guess there's only a flop, so there's no rivers and turns. There's one flop, 7 cards. You force your opponent to check raise the flop to later 3-bet the flop to bluff. I don't know. I'm just thinking random shit in my head right now as I'm trying to kill some time. As Poker Pro's got this Queen 7, Jack 10 for a European. They make a little pair of jacks on the turn here, but that's no good on the Ace Queen 4 flop. Oh, but there's a jack on the river, so that's 3 of a kind. Poker Pro, just with a pair of queens. 8 blinds in the middle will slide Europeans away, and they might get 1 or 2 more on top of that if they bet small enough here. Spades do miss. 2 blinds is the bet by European. And Poker Pro will likely just click that call button, and they do find it. 12 blinds slide Europeans way. King Jack, Poker Pro will rip and take it down pre. Wow, so we got 25 grand locked up. We got 35k for the when we get down to 3. Holy shit, words have been difficult here today. So yeah, once we get down to 3, we'll have 35 grand locked up. Then we'll make another 15 grand ladder. And what is it, a 22k heads up battle? Who's lining on up for that? We got Lena with 58 blinds, European with 38, 40 even. Hypno with 30 is still in the game, but Poker Pro down to 6 is in some real trouble. Lena will limp in Queen 8, European with 10-2. Checking it on back, Ace King 10 flop. Lena checks over the straight draw, European with the little pair. European checks it back, 7 on the turn. Lena checks a straight draw again. Didn't pick up any more equity on that 7 turn. But we do find a jack on the river. So 2 blinds, excuse me. 2 blinds will slide Lena's away. They bet 1.5. European with a pair of 10s. Hopefully just lets her go. No, they find the call. Little pot will slide Lena's way. Bunch of Jack 4s hit the muck. 9-7 for European. Might raise and take it down pre. Now they limp it in. 6-2 for Hypno, forced to play the pot. Queen, King 5 flop. Don't know why, but I just expect European to bet and take the pot down. No draw, no pair for Hypno. They get out of there. 8-4 for Poker Pro in the big blind. We'll see a European open to 2 blinds with the Ace-6. 2.5 blinds is the size. Poker Pro will get the heck out of there. Ace-3 will get a rip and a call. Lena with 9-8 suited will have plenty of equity here with 46%. Looking for another 9 or 8 or a spade. Queen of clubs on the river. Poker Pro gets a full double. Moving along with 10 bigs. Queen 6 limps it in. 7-2 for European. Raises to 3.5. You'll love to see it, and Lena gets out of there. King 10, Lena will raise. Hypno in the big with a couple of ducks. Duck will rip it all in, and Lena finds a fold. Jack 10 for Poker Pro in the big. Queen 4 for European. Get a raise and a call, and we're off to the flop. Playing about 8 blinds deep, we get an Ace-9-7 flop. European doesn't have anything going on here, but Queen High is best. Straight draw for Poker Pro. 1.5 blinds is the bet, and neither player with a heart. Poker Pro will get the heck out of there. Ooh, Ace-King for Hypno. Ace-3 for Lena in the big, could go for a big bluff. Big 3-bet here? No, we just find a call. Ace, king, 5 flop. Not the best news here for Lena. They're in a little bit of trouble, but they do have a backdoor straight draw to 4-2. There's a 4 for him. Lena finds a straight draw. That 3 would be no help, but that deuce would get the job done. 4 on the rivers, no chop pot. Hypno with top 2 pairs. 8 blinds in the middle. Interesting little check back. Lena bets 6 blinds for value. Excuse me. Lena expects to chop the pot here a lot. Facing the jam on the river, you're pretty terrified. 16 blinds. So this is scary as well. Does this make your fold easier? Because like a bluff would never do this. All in by Lena. Well, this isn't gonna work out. This 3-bet on the river feels like a bluff. But then, like, are you bluffing top pair? No, I think you're trying to get him off a chop. And it's not gonna work out, as ace king will eventually find the call. So it's like kind of a bluff. Like, it's not a value jam, if you know what I mean. Not a value jam. Kind of a like, please fold, get out of here, let me take this pot down. And then Hypno with the top 2s will eventually find the call. Right. I don't think we fold ace king here. Like, we're not comfy. Like, this is a little terrifying if we're being honest. Like, Lena just 3-bet the river, we check back the flop, and the ace king does hit the muck. 10 blinds behind. Hypno says top 2 pairs no good. Finds the fold. Lena gets one through. Hypno will be shooting himself over that one. Whoa. Excuse me. Anyways, what a little hand that was. I'm perplexed by it. I didn't think Lena was gonna rip the river, and I really didn't think the jam was gonna get through, but it did. Hypno moves along with 10 blinds. Lena with about 70 and a pair of 7s. 10-8, 7 flop goes check. It looks like. Although there's 8.5 blinds in the middle. We get a limp and a raise and a call, and we're off to the flop, and it goes check. Ooh. Check it down to the river, the 9 of diamonds. Goes check. Are we just moving along or what? Yeah, Lena with a little pot here. 8 blinds slide their way. Ace 8 for Poker Pro, we'll rip it all in. European with an ace in the small will likely let that go. 9-5 for Hypno, hits the muck. Ace Jack for Poker Pro. What a little hand there by Lena with that ace 3. Ace King hits the muck. I'm still perplexed. Ace Jack sees a European open and we'll rip it all in. And the 5 blinds will slide Poker Pro's way. They've done a good job of chipping back on up to 11 blinds. 9-6 suited. Poker Pro might rip it in and take it down. We could limp and face a raise and fold. We could just open fold, and Poker Pro says we'll move along looking for a better spot. King 3 will hit the muck. Lena with 10-4 will limp it in. 4-6 for European in the big blind. Limp bot 9-7-3 flop. Little straight draw for European to the 5. Lena with a backdoor straight draw or 2 sees a 1 blind bet, doesn't have a club, and we'll find the fold. Queen 10 for Lena. Do we ever start to jam? Nah, but we do go for a big bet. 2.6 blinds. Anyways, we get a jack 4-3 flop. Lena with the queen 10-3 in a row. Backdoor flush draw, bets and takes the pot down. King queen for Leno. Sees a jam from Hypno's ace-3 suited. Get a call and a flush draw. 2 overcards. The flush completes on the river. We lose Hypno in 4th place after that unfortunate fold with the ace king. Poker Pro finds a way to make some more dollars. Has about 35 grand locked up. Raises up this king and the 9. Has 7.5 blinds behind. And the raise will take it down pretty. Jack and a 3. Lena will let that go from the button. 9-7 for European. We get a jam and a fold, and we're moving along. E7, Lena gets a walk. Aces for European, king 2 for Lena in the big. In the small. 3.5 blinds is the size by Lena. European likely to make this like 9.5, maybe even big. No, smaller. 8.5. And Lena lets her go. 9-6. Lena folds. Oh, king, are you serious? European getting dealt the deck. King might limp her in. Now raises to 2.3 blinds. Poker Pro with 10-3 will find the call, and we see a 9-7-4 flop. 5 blinds in the middle. European checks it over with the overpair. Poker Pro will check it back with the 10 high. Now he bets a blind. No, or I guess he's got the backdoor straight draw. Backdoor straight draw for Poker Pro. We'll bet a blind. European calls. Queen S spades on the turn completes the flush. Seven on the river. Pretty boring shit here. 7 blinds in the middle. European, I think, just jams the 6 blinds remaining into the 7 blind pot. Poker Pro with the 10 high folds. Then ace 5 rips and takes it down pre. Jack 8 Poker Pro. 7 blinds will rip it in and take it down pre. No action for the suited jack. Ace king for Lena. King 2 suited for European. Get an interesting size. 2.57 blinds. Lena raises and takes it down pre. 5-5 for European. They'll open it on up. Quick call by the queen 7 in the big blind. Jack king 2 flop. Both players with backdoor diamonds. Lena with backdoor straight draw. Sees a small bet, 1.2 blinds, and takes the pot. Or European, sorry, will take the pot down. Lena gets out of there. Holy shit, this video has been horrific. Just stumbling and mumbling. Fumbling. Can't come up with words. Oh, it's difficult here today. Ace 10 for Lena will raise and take it down pre. European with an ace and a 3. Raise and take it down pre. All in is the size. 9-5 for Poker Pro in the bed. Gets out of there. Queen 10 for European will raise. Ace 3 for Lena might 3-bet. That would be cool. Make it like 8 blinds. Maybe even a little bit bigger. 8.5 or 9. Lena plays call. We get a Queen 10 6 flop. Backdoor royal draw for Lena, which is cool. Not likely to overplay that though in this situation, as we get a 5 blind stack. Top 2 pairs for European will bet 3.6 blinds. And Lena does just find the fold on the flop. 8-4, Lena might raise, might just... Do we limp? Do we fold? What do we do here? We're gonna limps it in. Jack 6 for European. The Jack 6 will check it back. King 10 9 flop. Flop goes. Check. Bet. Fold. Lena's thinking about something here with 8-4 though. But they do let her go. Queen 8 for European. We'll rip it in and take it down pre. (9-4) for Poker Pro hits the muck. 9-2 for Poker Pro hits the muck. They're getting dealt some shitty holdings here. 6-2. Lena with a jack and a 9 will raise to 4 blinds. European with ace 5 suited could 3-bet here. Lena says call. 6-4 2 flop. All diamonds, neither player with a diamond. Lena bets 2 blinds. European with a straight draw to the 3. That ace high could be best. Small bet on the flop. European calls 8 on the turn. Lena checks over the no draw. Jack high. European says, I pick up a little straight draw to the 7. Straight draw to the 3. Ace high. I got the best of it. I can check and show it down. We'll smack a 3 on the river. All is well for European. Lena might even bluff. 12 blinds in the middle, plus a little bit more. 2.4. European will bump it up here. Do we? Do we raise the river? What if we face a 3-bet on the river? Then we fold? What do we do here with our straight? We would have folded, so European says just call. Very interesting little happening there. Small bet by Lena on the river. European with the made straight says I can't raise here. As they get an ace and a jack, Lena's open to 2 blinds with king 9. Poker Pro in the big with 3-5-0. I'll let that go and get that out of there. Mm-hmm. 3-5 does find the call. King 8-4 flop. Top pair for Lena. 3 in a row for Poker Pro. Only 5 high though. Lena gives him a free river, the Queen of Spades. Or sorry, that's a turn card, that's not a river card. Holy shit. My brain is shot. Honestly, what confused me was I started to think about a 1-card game where there's a flop of 7 cards and you're forced to check raise on the river, even though there's no river card. Shit, that'd be a cool rule though. I'm just thinking of all the different ways you could try to exploit that. It'd be so much 4 and 5 betting on the river. The game would be full of action. And you've got 1 card. And there's 7 cards that are community cards. Think about it for a second. Anyways, Lena will check down the pair of kings and take the pot. Couple of 8s for European and ace 8 for Poker Pro. Jack 7 for Lena in the big. We get a king 3 2 flop. Poker Pro needs an ace or a 4 and a 5. Lena with the backdoor club draw sees a 3 on the turn, so we're just looking for an ace. A jack or a 7 would get Lena the pot, I suppose. Oh, sorry, not the 7, just the jack. European bets a blind. Lena gets the heck out of there, and we get the Queen of Diamonds on the river. Poker Pro loses and is out in 3rd place, getting 35 grand for their troubles. Queen, that's not a queen, that's a 6 and a jack, dude. Jack 6 for Lena will raise 2.5 blinds. European with 7-3 will call the big blind. Queen 4-2 flop. Lena says GGGL. European silent. Lena bets 1.8 blinds. European with a what? Backdoor diamond draw, backdoor straight draw. Check raises to 5.2 and we'll take the pot down after staying silent. Oh, there we go. There's the GGLs. Or the GLs. GL. You know what I mean. Look, he said GL twice. What the fuck do you call that? I don't know. European with a pair of twos. Backdoor straight flush draw. Bets one blind in position. Lena smacks a pair of kings on the turn after floating the flop with the king high. So that's good news for him. Just a 2 or a 3 or European is gonna lose this pot. See the 8 of clubs on the river. Lena leads 4 blinds, and European is not winning this one. What do we beat? Ace Queen 2 flop. It goes check, bet, call. King on the turn somehow. And European's supposed to imagine that they won the pot. Not likely. Anyways, Lena with an ace and a 10 will raise 7-4 for European in the big blind. Might just let this go. Lena gets it through pre. Ace 8 European, raising the button, using the 2 blind size. Lena with the 6 and a 5 will defend. We get a 9, 5, 3 flop. 2 diamonds for European. A live over card. Oh, 2 of them. Backdoor straight draws in there. Get a 9 of hearts on the turns. That's no help for Europeans. Ace 8. European will bet a blind on the turn. Lena will click the call button and we get the deuce of hearts. So all is well for Lena's little pair of 5s. They hold on up and take down the 6 blinds in the middle. Jack versus 7-5. We get a raise and a 3 bet. What size does European go? Large. Nah, 7.5. Pretty small. And we'll take it down pretty. $6-10 European raises. Queen 8 for Lena will defend the big blind and flop a little pair of 8s. King 8-2 flop goes check. European thinks. European bets 1 blind. Get a quick call. 3 on the turn. European fires away 4.8 blinds. European quickly calls, Lena quickly calls. Queen on the river. 2 pairs for Lena. 10 high for European. They give up the bluff and 16 blinds will slide Lena's way. Lena with Jack 6 will raise 2.2 blinds. European with Ace 10. Thinking about a 3 bet here. Doesn't want to face a 4 bet, so might play call. They still make it 7.5 blinds. 3 bet gets through pre. 5-3 for European will raise the button. Queen 3 will defend the big blind and flop a pair of queens. A little pair of 5s for European with the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw going on. I guess Lena has the backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw as well as we get the 10 of hearts on the river. That's a turn card again. 10 of hearts on the turn. Lena picks up a flush draw to go along with top pair. We get a free 9 of spades on the river. Lena leads 4.5 blinds. And Europeans thinking there's no way I'm good here. Finds the call anyhow and sees the bad news. King 10 Lena will raise up. Ace Jack for European will defend with a 3-bet. The 3-bet is an all-in size, and that will take it down pre. Lena goes into the tinker. And we'll get the heck out of there at some point. 30 blinds is just a bit too many to call. And King 10 lets her go. Ten 5 will limp it in. Queen Jack will, I don't know, maybe check it back, maybe raise. Goes for the raise option and takes it down pretty. Ace 7 versus Jack 7, that's kind of cool. Jack 7 will raise, Ace 7 will call, and we get a Queen 10-9 flop. Europeans open-ended. Lena with a flush draw. European in position, bets a blind. Lena quickly calls and bangs off a pair of aces on the turn. European goes in the tank, 6.4 blinds in the middle, half pot is the size. Seven on the river, so European has a little bit of showdown value, but probably not much. May as well bluff it off. 13 blinds in the middle, let's size it up. Let's size it up. I wonder if we overbet. European just gives it up wisely and gets shown the bad news. King 3 for Lena will raise. 10-9 for European will call. We get a Queen 5-5 flop, goes check check, ace on the turn. European checks. Lena finds the check. Jack on the river. Boring ass shit. Our European might bluff. Blocking King 10. Lena might bluff the best of it with the King High. Blocking the King 10. Instead we just show it down 10 high versus King High and Lena takes a small one. King Jack, Lena will get, or just take it down pre. European walking him out. Jack 4, Lena will limp it in. King 3, European will raise and take it down pre. No, he checks it back. Ace Queen 6 flop, boring shit. European checks. Lena, what do we do with Jack High here? Check it back, 3 on the turn. Little pair of 3s for European. Turn goes check check, 10 on the river. Ace King versus 8-4. We get a limp and a check and an Ace 9-2 flop. Not much doing here for Elena. Little backdoor straight draw. Sees a 1 blind bet and we'll get the heck out of there. Ace 10 for Elena. Queen 9 for European. Limp. And a check. King 7-3 flop. Goes check check. Ace of diamonds on the turn. European picks up a flush draw. Lena with top pair, we'll bet 1.5 blinds. Flush draw calls, doesn't hit. 10 of hearts on the river, European blocks queen jack. I suppose we could always see a check, bet, jam, call. Lena bets 5.5 blinds into 5 1/4. The two pairs going for value. If European jams, I think the game's over. Could be the end of the show, folks. No, European just lets her go. 26 more blinds for Lena to collect. We'll see if European can get back in there with the ace-9 suited. They'll raise the button and get a call from the 6-5 and flop the fucking nuts. Nothing doing here for Lena, though. The nuts will bet 1 blind and take the pot down. $3.5 will raise and take it down pre. Queen 9 versus 5-4. Jack 7 flop. European bets a blind. Lena will float with the Queen 9 with backdoor straight draw and overcard. 8 on the turn, so Lena picks up a little straight draw to the 10. European picks up a straight draw to the 6. 5 and a 4 both live. European bets huge 4.8 blinds, and we'll take the pot down. Queen 3 will raise. Ace 7 might 3-bet. Could just call as well. Oh, we get an all-in play by European and they take it down pre. Jack 10 for European. 9-7 for Lena. Limp pot. It looks like we're off to a flop. King Jack 8. So 10 would be nasty, as that would give European 2 pairs and Lena the straight. 4 of clubs should prevent all the chips from going in the middle. Flush completes on the turn here. There's plenty of straight draws. European bets again, 3.2 blinds. Lena picking up no equity, gets the heck out of there. Queen 7 for Lena will raise 2.2 blinds. European with an ace and a 3 in the big. Yeah, a raise and a call and a Queen 9-7 flop. Flop goes check, bet, raise, call, ace on the turn. Interesting shit. European with top pair. Lena with 2 pairs, of course. 17 blinds in the middle. We might get the rest of them in here on the turn. 26 blinds behind. I don't think it's an overbet jam, but it's like a bet, jam, call. 8.5 blinds is the bet by European. They're going to need an ace, a 9, or a 3 here, dealer. King of diamonds. Does that somehow save European? They block the nut flush, or is the game over? If I'm European, I don't want to bluff all in. I don't want to jam all in for value, so I think we might check. No, we just jam and get called. The game is over. That is the show. So if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this bullshit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another video. Till then, adios amigos.